Manychat is a software that's a partner with Meta, and it allows you to set up automations so you can respond to people that comment. You can set up automations to people that engage with your content. Now, for a start, golden rule, do not DM people cold. Do not do that. There's this notion that if someone follows you online that you should send them a DM. Absolutely not. There are some people out there in a bid to do lead generation are messaging strangers in a bid to spark up conversation. Do not do that. There are people out there that when you follow me, they then follow you and say, I've seen that you follow James Smith. Are you interested in talking about workouts? Absolutely not. What we're talking about with Manychat is that if you give someone a prompt and you give someone a little ask of something to do, that they do it and you can send them an automated message. Now, this is going to be so we can get to a place of something that I call the post and ghost. Now, there's a full course to this in the description. There's also a little offer for anyone who has been kind enough to come to this live stream. But a post and ghost is pretty much this. Let's say before bed tonight, let's say I've got a campaign, let's say I need to get email addresses, whatever it is, I should be able to put that post out there. And every post is a digital asset that you put out on the internet and it performs for you. It's going to get pushed and shown to people. Hopefully this video in weeks and months time, the algorithm's going to keep putting it in front of people and it's going to keep churning leads and core sales or whatever it is. For you guys on Instagram, you want to be able to put a post out before you go to bed and you want to be able to wake up and for there to have been some meaningful change. And I'm not talking about people saving the post. I'm not talking about people liking or commenting. I'm talking about either money in the bank or even better, email addresses in your database. So to put it this way, this year, I had a single carousel post on Instagram that netted me 15,000 emails, 12,000 of which were from Instagram and about 3,000 of which were from Facebook. It was a carousel post with about 10 different pictures, text overlaid. And from that, I said to people, if they commented a certain word, I would follow up with them. And that gave me the opportunity to send them a little DM and say, hey, I'm on a mission. I want to do this. If you click this link, we can do a sign up. Now, some of you might be wondering why we would even do this in the first place. So think of it this way. There's 4 pillars that I'm always preaching about online. And for those of you just joining, feel free to use the comments. Feel free to ask away. We're going to get into that in a second. My 4 pillars are this. The first one is social media, where we are right now. For instance, pillar 1, we need to create good content. We need to be engaging. We need to have our finger on the pulse of problems that people are having. So I have an inclination, a feeling that people are struggling with getting from social media to data. That's why I created this course. It's why I've put that link in the description. It's why I'm doing this webinar on a Sunday evening. So I know that people are struggling to get people's email addresses. So that social media part here, you can make amazing content, you can go viral, but if you're unable to get someone's data or email address, you're unable to go from stage 1 to stage 2. Now, quickly, although this video is not about it, from getting someone's email address, we probably want to nurture them in some kind of email marketing sequence, or we want to broadcast some kind of newsletter to the point that we can take them to stage 3. Stage 3 would be sending them to a sales page where there's a very clear and obvious offer in front of them. So just go through again, social media, obtain the email address, send them to a landing page, very clear offer. From there, we would then want them to go to stage 4 where they become a client. So with those 4 stages, the purpose of this video is to help people understand that the problem most businesses are facing is going between stage 1 and 2. And chatbots help solve that problem. They help solve the problem by giving people an opportunity to take the conversation a little bit further, but better yet, to do the one thing that most of us struggle to do online, and that is to take someone away from social media. And although the DMs that we're going to are still on their social media, it's a very competitive place, the swipe algorithm. They're on an explore feed, they're in bed, they're doing whatever, they're going boom, dopamine, 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 dopamine. For us to have the opportunity to just put a little message into their DMs, even if they can't access it then, they can come back to it later, which is another very powerful thing. Because even a lot of the time people go to your landing page, they don't buy. A lot of the time people look at your stuff, go, wow, that's amazing, but they don't do anything with it. But you sending that DM means that even if they're busy and they're about to catch a train or they're going on a date or they're about to go back into work, later that night, they can go back to that DM, they can reactivate, re-engage with it, click on the link, go visit your landing page again. I don't know what it is. And I've worked with probably over 1,000 businesses now. When you tell someone to click the link in your bio, it's a bit like, I don't work for you. What? You're telling me what to do, bruv. Shut up. I'm not doing it. Click the link in my bio, click the link in your bio. But by saying someone, oh, DM the word cat, or actually, if any of you want to see this in action, on my James Smith business page, for those of you that didn't do it already, if you were to go onto my most recent post, actually not the most recent post, the one that says DM the word worth, So if you actually want to see this in real life, guys, you're going to go to the James Smith business page. Cool, my autofocus is a madness there. I've got to cover my face. There you go. And if you comment the word woof, you'll actually see a real life automation happening. Now, 30 people from that commented the word woof instead of DMing it. And I'll explain why that was an issue in a second. That puts people onto an automation where I can just quite well and show you everything that this is capable of. You're probably wondering why on a live stream I would tell you to do that. And it's for the exact reason that I just spoke about. I said that if you were going to go away, be busy and do something else, it would be good if there was a DM or a message there with the link that you could refer back to. And for any of you that do message me the word woof on my James Smith business page, not my James Smith main page, may I add, you have a link there so that if in tomorrow, a week, a month, you're like, oh, do you know what? I actually want to set up that. You can go back to our conversation. You'll see the messages that I've sent you. Cool. Now, the next thing we probably need to talk about is Manychat has got a lot of different functions. But even before we get into that, and again, if you have your questions, put them into the side. I'm going to answer them all in a second. Second of all, if you do want to access this course, there's a link in the description. There's also an offer for any of you that might be considering working with me. Not in this chat, Henry. Calm down, mate. What are you trying to do, mate? It's been a long weekend. First thing we need to talk about before we go into all the different amazing things that Manychat can do is, where do we send that person? This is a question old as time. Epictetus, Plato, Socrates. They're all saying, do I send someone to my landing page? Now, if we go back to the 4-stage system, and I know I use this all the time, getting someone to do business with you is very similar to having sex with someone. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be, oh, I've heard this before. Stage 1 would be putting yourself on a dance floor, going to a bar, going to a club, whatever it is. If you're not in the right place, aka social media, it's going to be very, very difficult to get the attention that you need to move down the stages. So then, stage 1 would be that. Stage 2 would be asking someone for their number. Now, we must appreciate that out of 10 people that we got to in real life, maybe only one of them would give us their number. Someone might not be interested. Someone could be married. Someone could be in a relationship. Someone might not trust you. There are plenty of reasons. And if you were to get 1 in 10 numbers on a night out, you'd be, well, that's a pretty good statistic. But when we look in the realm of, oh, I only got 10 email addresses from a post that got 1,000 views, it's the exact same. You can't expect everyone to give you the bloody number. Cool. So then when we've got someone's number, we then need to decide, what are we going to do with it? And the number represents email marketing. Because if you want, you could just say, hey, babe, do you want to bang? Do you want to do the hot, wet, sticky stuff? Do you want to go Netflix and chill? Do you want to go? And most of the time, they're going to say, nah. It's not that they don't want to have sex, because if they didn't want to have sex, they would never given you the number in the first place. It was you just did not go through the stages necessary for courtship, for chivalry, for being a gentleman, even though this course is fine for women too. There is a certain amount of processes and decorum that one must attain to in order to get the sale. So you could just get their email address, boom, or you could even get them on your chat bot, boom, send them to your website, buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit. But sometimes they're not nurtured or warm enough. They need to be taken for a couple of drinks, maybe a couple of dates, maybe a Nando's. I'll get this, babe, but you're only having 2 regular sides because I'm not a mug. I'm not a mug. And if we're getting an ice cream on the way home, we're going 50-50, right? Instead, it'd be better off to say, hey, I'm going to approach you. I'm going to get your number. Then I'm not going to spam you. I'm going to sensibly message you. And rather than going for the kill, rather than sending you straight to the landing page, I'm going to get your email address and we're going to nurture. Because when we take people on dates, we are nurturing the lead. And if we push too hard, they're going to push us back. Every warm-blooded male knows in this live stream right now that if you try and sleep with a girl on a first date, she's making you wait till date 5. But hypothetically speaking, may I add, if you were to be a gent on the first and second date, that action could be happening a bit sooner. That's all I'm saying. So we get the email address. We then want to nurture. Now, there should be some kind of value given with that. If you're going to get someone's email address, don't just try and sell to them. And again, we could get into the email marketing course for that. Then further down the line, we would want someone to do a sale with us. But the stages from 1 to 4 probably look at, 20% of your total following should be in your email list. So if you've got 1,000 followers, you should have 200 of those on your email list. If you don't, you need to be working harder to convert your existing followers to give you your email address, not so much growing your profile. From there, an open rate of like 50% is pretty good. Now, when it comes to conversions, it is very difficult to say because I don't know your product. I don't know your offer. I don't know how in demand your offer is. I don't know how good your followers are, because if you get all your followers doing recipes and then you're selling a workout plan, you're not going to get the conversion rate of someone else who's selling a recipe book. Does that make sense? So the next thing we need to think about is Manychat has got many different things on there on the website that you can do, and it's very overwhelming. And the first day that I used Manychat, I was like, oh, I'm going to have a mental breakdown. There's too much here. I actually went to upwork.com. I was like, maybe I can hire someone to help me navigate this. But very simply, there's only really two things that you're going to want to use on Manychat: a DM prompt and a message prompt. Now, these prompts are set up from Instagram or Facebook. Someone either comments on it. I'm going to actually share my screen and show you some of it in a second. But yeah, I would say get people to comment on your post. If they comment on your post, you can send them a message back. But if they DM you, as any of you that would have DM'd my business page saying woof, you'll notice that you can put multiple replies of multiple different ways to multiple avenues to get people to do stuff. So you could say that it's easier to get someone to comment, but if you can get someone to DM, you can really open stuff up. So another benefit of using Manychat is that you can integrate team members into your backend. So for any of you that are using setters or closers in your DMs, using Manychat, you can kind of give someone a backdoor to access your DMs without giving them the keys to the castle as far as access to your Instagram. Newtonic Focus Blend, getting the job done. We're going to get into some of the questions, and I might share my screen with you in a second. Physio Clark, I'm a physio. I have an email list and use Manychat to get them through to providing me their email address, but I'm not sure the topic is niche enough. So I niche down as a physio. It depends on what you're selling. I would say, what are you selling, mate? Because if you're selling just physiotherapy, it's a bit bland, it's a bit broad. But like, I'm going to make this up and I'm going to be crass for the sake of, the being a live stream. If you had like a back pain program or a shoulder mobility program or a thoracic rotation program, I would work backwards from that program. So let's say you were selling a thoracic rotation or extension program for people that might have limited overhead. I'm making this up. You could then say, right, my email responder is going to be 30 ways in 30 days that you can loosen up your back, or that you can get better back rotation, or you can improve your golf swing, or you can reduce the chances of shoulder injury or whatever. Then I would have content specific about that. So the content would then say, if you're someone that can't do this, someone can't do that, someone can't do this, then I recommend you do these 3 things. And by the way, if those 3 things help, I've created a 30-day series that's completely free. You give me your email address via the chatbot and we'll get into it. You email them every day with like an actionable thing that they could do, or something that they didn't know, or like some kind of fact about the anatomy of the thoracic or whatever. Then towards the end, maybe after day 5, you start saying, by the way, I've got a paid program. By the way, I've got a paid course. By the way, I've got this. Then I would sell them into something specific from that. But if you're just a physio going, oh, if you want physio tips, sign up. And then, oh, if you want to hire me as your physio online, I don't think you should niche down to a certain cohort of people. I think you should niche down to a problem. Again, so many personal trainers are like, yeah, I work with 21 to 40-year-old men. I'm like, fuck you. No, you would work with a 20-year-old. And they're like, oh, they're a bit immature. I'm like, fuck off. If that 20-year-old had money, you would fucking work with them full time if you wanted. If the sheikh of a fucking region in the Middle East was 19 and wanted to hire you and send you out on a private jet, you're going to go, nah, mate, come back in 2 years. Shut your mouth. Same when they say, oh, I work between 20 and 40-year-olds. So a 42-year-old comes to you as a successful business owner. It's bollocks. You're just saying shit. So that niche and stuff fucks me off. When people are like, I work with busy parents, why? Just work with adults, bro. All adults are busy. And guess what? A parent has got some stuff going tough for them. But you know what? A nurse has also got the same struggles. So I hate it when people pigeon in on the exact same things when you could easily just broaden it out. Like me with my business mentorship, link in the description. I'm not like, I work with 22 to 43-year-old left-handed English people that live overseas. Because it doesn't matter. Instead, I work with people that have a specific problem. They're struggling to make content online. They're not very good at getting people's contact information from the people that follow them online. They're not very good at creating sales pages or conversions or coming up with offers. They're the things. Now, if you're an accountant, cool, I can help. If you're a physio, I hope I can help. If you're a PT or whatever it is, I would like to niche on the problem, not necessarily niche on the person. Rule the trainer. What email software do you recommend? Well, I use several as your email list grows. MailChimp, I'm not a fan of. It's just a bit shit. I love Aweber. It's basic as. Klaviyo, very good as well. For our fitness app, we use SendGrid. I never wanted to go to SendGrid, but my business partner made me do it. Okay. John, I left you a comment in your last video, how to improve your stream quality. Hope it helped. I didn't see it, brother. But what could be better about this, mate? And I know you're probably thinking, hey, brother, you could be streaming in 4K. When I stream in 4K, it crashes. I'll tell you what, if you can email me, james@newtonic.com, that'd be amazing, actually. But I've had to dial down the stream quality because it's been causing me a madness. Quality Antics, joining the mentorship, loving it so far. Thank you. I'm helping businesses with video content, loving your Discord reviews and feedback. Thought on solid lead magnets I could be using with Manychat. So you say here that you're helping businesses with video content. You're saying yourself that you love my reviews. So why not do reviews, post the reviews and say, if you want your content to be reviewed, leave the comment, the word review. Then you could send them a form going, hey, I would love to review your content. Here's a few things I need. Name, email address, phone number, URL of your socials. Then they have a little tick box that says they're happy to go for marketing. They do that, wallop, into the lead magnet they go, into the reviews. And you could even just say, I'm sorry, but I can't do 100% of the reviews. Okay. I work with UK top physios. Okay. You guys, stop talking to yourself. Ollie Stanland, like that, niche to a problem, not an avatar. That's a flipping video, mate. That's a fucking video. Ashley, should you put a limit on how valuable you should make the lead magnet? Is there such a thing as making it too good? No. And you know what? Think about this. I'm willing to give you every single thing that's in the course in this live stream, because imagine if I was to sit here and go, oh, I'm gonna convince people to buy my course today on Manychat, but I'm not going to tell them much about it, so they buy the course. That wouldn't work because there wouldn't be enough value in that. So instead, I'm way better off sitting here for maybe an hour and giving you everything. And then if you bought the course and you're like, oh, you told us most of that on the live, you're hardly going to be pissed off because it's the value equation of getting the information from me. So imagine it's like not trying too hard on a first date. Like, you should be doing everything you can in your content to get people to give you their email address. You should be emailing them as well as you can and using the best lead magnets possible because you want to be flipping impressive. Because actually, the reality is for a lot of us in business, and this is going to be sad to admit this, I should teach you 95% of the stuff that you need to know before you pay me. Now, it might sound weird, me saying that. When you pay me, it's more so that now we have to do it because you've given me the money. Like, I can sit here till I'm fucking red in the face saying, post more content, do this, do that. So actually 95% of everything that I'm going to teach you guys is pretty much free online. The next 5%, you pay me the $3,000, you wake up tomorrow, you go, holy shit, I need to do this now. And then I nurture you through the bits where you have the panics and you have the setbacks and you have the highs and you have the lows. When you do really well, I'm like, cool, get the fuck back to work. When you have a bad day, I'm like, cool, get the fuck back to work. And it's actually those things that help people more so. Harrison Fernandez, cool name. When you have potential leads, go through your email campaign and don't sign up, how frequently should you keep emailing them? Buy or die. That's what I say. Buy or die, motherfuckers. Buy or die. I will keep peppering them. And if they buy, cool. And if they don't, they're out. Some people out there have got an email list of 3,000 people and they're like, oh, I don't really email them because I don't want them to unsubscribe. I'm like, mate, brother, do me a favor. If any of you out there have got an email list of 3,000 people that you haven't touched in a year, keep emailing that list until it whittles down to 500. Because let me tell you this, when you whittle down an email list from fucking 3,000 to 500, you're going to make a few sales out of it. Then the people that have left, fine, cool. Then when you whittle down your email list and it becomes really, really small, do you know what you're going to wake up thinking? Fuck me, I need to grow my email list. Perfect. So it's one of those things where, yeah, pepper the fuck out. They can always unsubscribe. Nima, getting sales directly from YouTube, but would you still recommend the email nurture? Yes, because so far on my YouTube, the most of videos made me is like $12,000, $13,000. But my email marketing has made like coming up to $1 million just from emails. So I would, if you said to me, James, would you rather have $1,000 from this video today, or would I rather have 100 emails? I'd way rather have 100 emails. I can make so much more money from 100 emails because we have a Black Friday sale for Newtonic. Email them. We fucking do a business mentorship discount, like the link in the description. Boom, email them. We have a new product. Email them. We have an event going live in Dubai and Sydney. Email them. With an email, I could do so much. Now, the one thing I would say is there is a gray area here, something that we can co-navigate. There is an Uno reverse +4 that has arrived here. Sometimes it's good to have a low ticket course, sell something for $99, because then you can do both. Then I get your email address and I also get you to purchase something, and I also get you into the ecosystem. So out of the Manychat and Chill course that's in the description, whoever buys that, they'll buy it, they'll implement it, hopefully they'll do well. By the way, all of you on this course, if you buy that and you don't love it, you can just email me and I'll refund you. Like, I'm confident there's going to be enough people that go, that's exactly what I need. Anyway, but then out of those, we're probably going to get 8 to 10% of people upsell. So yeah, sometimes you can get the email address from selling to them in the first place. Loving the content, was looking at jumping in the mentorship, saw this live with the offer. Bush. And I'll tell you this, there is an offer in the description. However, I do sometimes find this snaky. So if you bought a mentorship subscription from me in the last 3 months and you now seeing that I'm doing it at a cheaper rate, I'll meet you at the new rate. I'm not going to stand that someone yesterday would have paid more. So if you bought yesterday and you paid a bit more than that offer, just email me and I'll refund the difference, because that's just something that I stand by. Now, okay. Fate, running one-to-one contest prep, physique coaching, look to level up our social email marketing. Kyle, can I ask you, are you in Australia? Your name looks familiar. Running one-to-one contest prep, physique coaching, looking to level up our social email marketing. Do love that. Are you in Sydney by any chance? Just answer me that, Kyle. It could be someone different. It could be someone completely different. Jane, thanks for your business mentorship. I'm not maximizing what I use, but the goal setting session means I know what I'm moving on to next time. I'm a wills and probate lawyer, still relevant. Yes, I would think so. I would like to know a little bit more about that. And again, here's one for you. If any of you are in, let's say, a wild niche, so let's say you're a wills and probate lawyer, or let's say you're a dog trainer, or let's say you're something a bit left field, and you join my program and you get to the point where you're like, mate, I was hoping this would work, but it's not. Again, I'll refund you. Like, if you come back in 6 months and go, hi, mate, I'm a bit skint, can I have my money back? I'm going to tell you to fuck off. But if in 3 or 4 weeks' time, you go, hey, mate, I thought this would work for my business. It doesn't. Anyway, I'll do it. A brain capsule is going to be restocked. Yes, very soon. I think they should have been already. Fade and Fortune. I decided to create a moving Berlin guide and follow up with monthly newsletter. In 3 posts this month for Manychat, I've got 1,000 subscribers. That is class. I don't really know how to monetize it now. Any tips? So those 1,000 subscribers, are they on your email list or on the Manychat database? Because if they're on your Manychat database, there's not a lot we can do with them because of the legislations and all kinds of things that are going on with that. But did you get them onto an email list? And if not, why not, can I ask? So, yeah, get back to me on that. Ryan, that's a gangster move. Not very course providers would do that on price. My pleasure. I just don't want to be that guy. Pretty much that's it. Daniel, come and see you in Dubai. Habibi, I'll see you there. Harrison Fernandez, the cool name, bro. If a lead signs up through an email campaign, do you have automations to remove them from the campaign or leave them in the campaign? Then if they quit, do they automatically get added back in? No. So if someone unsubscribes, all email marketing platforms work the same way. You have to give people the opportunity to unsubscribe. You can't send email marketing campaigns without that. Now, if someone unsubscribes, they're out. Now, some people would like to, or they set it up so that if people buy, they're removed from the automation. Now, that can be, we're moving into email marketing. Or you cheeky bastards, we're supposed to be talking about chatbots, but I will let it slide. Now, if you have an automation set up that if someone doesn't buy, there is a trigger to then offer them with an email at the end of the automation with a discount, you would want to remove them. But if you've got a value-based email marketing subscription, whatever it is, that's just firing daily fucking banter or knowledge or whatever it is, if that's just that's going in all the time, then you could potentially have it where you just keep them into the automation. Okay. Used to live in Sydney, currently living in the UK, doing the digital nomad traveling coach thing now. Kyle, did you have a pop at me about 6 years ago about GVT? I did a post about German volume training, and I think you had a little pop at me on Facebook. Is that you? because I'm a bit of an elephant, mate. Now, I could be wrong, but I see your name. I see your name and it's taken me back. I'll never forget a face. When we do the live events, people introduce themselves. I'm like, mate, I've been critiquing your content for the last 3 months. I know who you are. But there's just something. Anyway, we'll get back to it. You let me know. I joined, best money I spent. Can see why I keep doubling the price. Thank you very much. I do keep doubling the price. I'm not apologizing for that either. I do feel like a fraud most days, but still, people are doing well, so it's all right. Nima the Machine. Biggest mistake you see online marketers making. They're stopping them making money. Biggest mistake you see online marketers making that's stopping them making money. It sounds crazy. There's too many, this is what I'll answer it. There's too many people doing things online with themselves in mind, not their client. So for instance, a lot of coaches want people to buy 6 months in advance or to show commitment of at least 12 weeks. Now that's cool, but that's not for your client's commitment. Don't say that. That's bullshit. What you're saying is, give me your money up front. So if you leave, I'll make the money. But if you were thinking of your client first, you would let them pay weekly or at least monthly. Then marketers as well, like with Newtonic, I said to people, buy a case. And if you don't like the flavor, I'll send you another flavor. Because I know as a consumer, your biggest worry is not liking the flavor. That means we essentially won't make any money from you until you buy 2 or 3 more cases. But I kind of know that if I think about the consumer in mind and do things like that, they will buy 2 or 3 more cases. But if someone buys a flavor and they don't like it and we say, sorry, unlucky, buy another one, that's not thinking about the consumer first. So every single decision that you have, like even on this live, the fact that I've offered people their money back, the fact that I've said to people that if you paid more last week, I'll see you the difference. Everything has to have the consumer in mind, because if I think about your needs and wants more than mine, I'll do really well. And that's the thing that I don't think a lot of people kind of realize. If I can always just continually, and you as a marketer, think about the person that is in front of you with the problems, if you just put them first all the time and make all your decisions based around that, you're going to come across better than your competitors, which is what marketing is. Caleb, any update on Newtonic coming to us? Yes, we started formulation last Monday, so we're going to produce in Brisbane. Now, pretty much, we had concerns that the ingredients that we had in Newtonic wouldn't be allowed to be sold in Australia. We've been given the green light. We're going ahead. We're doing it. And if there are any problems in the future, we can deal with that once we're in production. So yeah, we're probably going to do tropical and orange to launch, but it depends on the flavors that we get back. We're probably 15 weeks away from it, I'll be honest. The sachets and the pills you can get, they just take ages in shipping. For that, I apologize. And if you are in Sydney and you see me in my car, shout at me and I'll give you some stock. I always keep some. I didn't put them onto the mail list. I'm new to this stuff. I'm not sure how to do that yet. Okay, Fade and Fortune. Whenever you get someone through to Manychat, the first thing you need to do is give them a link to take them somewhere. James, getting that veiny bicep, loving the input. Testosterone replacement, hell of a drug. So yeah, Luke, I think I followed that GVT. Yeah, I'm just sure, Kyle, that back in the day, there was a bit of back and forth. Yes, bro. Yes, did I? That's gold. I'm sure we crossed paths. Fitness First, Bondi Platinum. I remember it, mate. So you were triggered. You, in your video, you alluded to something on the leg press, and I was anti-GVT, and you said I didn't know what I was on about. You think I was going to forget that? You think I was going to forget that, Carl? I don't forget that. Yeah, bro, because I was thinking I'm going to see this guy in Fitness First, but from what I remember, you had a very big back squat. So about that time, I started training jiu-jitsu, and by the time we crossed paths again, I had my black belt. So I'll be ready, you big-legged fuck. Think I'd forget about that, having a pop at me, but it's all right. We go full circle. We're back here. We're friends now, okay? Joshua Williams, wanted to thank you for motivating me from move to Spain to Australia. I'm glad you're here. Faye, saw your Instagram story on weekly check-ins being useless. Now you should be checking in daily. How would you manage this as a solo business owner? Weekly check-ins creates a glass ceiling. So first of all, with clients, fuck doing a weekly check-in. Imagine this. Most of your clients don't want a fucking weekly check-in. They don't. They just want their fucking program and to get the result that they're paying you for. Guess what? You're going, oh, fuck, I've got to catch up with Jenny at 3 p.m. on Thursday. She doesn't want to do the fucking weekly call. I never did a weekly call. Now, with my business-to-business clients, I'm going to try it and show you. If this tanks the live and this ruins my live stream, thank you very much for coming. There's links in the description. But if I can do the entire screen and share, oh, actually, let's try doing a window. Maybe we go over to, let's try this for a sec. Okay, wow. So this was the thing that I wanted to show you guys. So for Manychat, this is the first thing we'll look at. So, oh, you bloody, hopefully it won't show my password to everyone. That'd be embarrassing. Okay, here we go. So we were talking about using Manychat before. I actually might as well just show you here. So very quickly, these are some of the automations that I've been running. You see this one from yesterday, woof, 494 people have done it and 33 people commented. Now I'll just show you very quickly. I set up this automation so that if they did the wrong thing, I said DM me, not comment. Can't you bloody read? Are you from Essex? And if we go down here, we can just see some of these are getting pretty good click rates. So considering this is just a post that says content, 332 people, then if they end up clicking on this, they get sent through to the landing page for content mastery. So this is again a landing page, which is going to be a good place to sell someone to get that. So with those things, the content mastery side of things are great. Now, going back to what you were saying before, you were asking about doing check-ins. Now, I still don't like doing hourly calls with everyone, and I'll explain why in a second. I can't fight. I'm just big, so I'm screwed. Jumping into the mentorship, super keen to level up content email marketing. And yeah, is the Manychat course in the mentorship? It is. Okay, I'll actually show you now. Kyle, I'm glad that we've become friends again. So I'll give you a little sneak peek now. So if we go to here, if I type in, that's the wrong one. So if we go into the mentorship, I'm just going to show you the kind of things that you get. Oh my God, this is long. I'll do it after. You basically get the suite of all courses that I've created and all courses I'm ever going to create. So once you guys sign up, you get access to everything and everything that I'm going to add. Now, the one thing that I was saying about keeping up with people would be this. So this is my Discord. So these are some of the things that I've been sharing with people. Rather than me doing weekly calls with my clients, or the call we're doing right now is just for you guys, because here I will chat to people all the time. So today we're going through different concepts for like YouTube. We're looking at thumbnails. We're looking at packaging. In our like BJJ course, we've got people here that have trained jiu-jitsu with me. If we look at like growing socials, we're kind of just hashing stuff out. And some of these conversations, we need back and forths. So for me, I'd much rather do 2 hours a day in here with people, helping them, retaining clients, share your business, Q&A. So this is where we spend most of the time. Because the reality is, if I just did one of these calls for all my clients every week, it's going to be very difficult for them to be able to communicate all of the problems that they're having and me to get back and communicate with them. We've got 70 people on right now. And even then, it's like quite hectic. So if there are hundreds of people here. So I would say not everyone wants to do that call, if that makes sense. So instead, is there a way that you can, arguably in the Discord, I'm saving time as well, because when someone asks, other people are watching. Okay, Simon, thoughts on applying these systems to real estate photography services in London? Again, first of all, real estate is amazing because people want to see inside other people's houses. Good photography and videography is important because real estate agents need that. So I think the content side could be interesting. Then you could create like a worksheet of 22 biggest mistakes that real estate agents are making taking pictures of property. Get real estate agents to sign up to your email list, sell your services to them. So I think it could. Boom, weight loss. After 4 years working face-to-face, I launched last week online. 22 awesome clients my first 6 days. Email list a priority. That's great. Love that. Joshua, main channel video was a life changer. Feeling like a sunflower in the shade. Love that. John Isaacs, email sent. Let's fix your stream. Thank you. I know the colors are a bit out. I'm filming in auto. Okay, as a follow-up on this, is the Manychat course the mentorship? Yes, it is. All the links you need in the description. Do you think it's better to use Manychat on carousels or reels? Okay, I would use them on both. And carousels, guys, are probably your secret weapon to getting conversions from your existing audience. So if you do a carousel with no music, it gets slammed to your existing following. You put music on, it goes a bit wider. But honestly, once in a while, reel, do a carousel post, put a bit of story in, get a good hook on that first tile, and you can get so much data from people. Paula Lima did one this week, and it absolutely crushed. Christoph, launching a math teaching website to sell lessons for teachers. I have 200 plus. Shall I launch now or wait till I have 400 made? Launch now, brother. If you wait till you're ready to launch, you launch too late. David, went to your business mentorship in London. We spoke one-to-one, made my first TikTok the next day, haven't stopped. I'm emailing your Newtonic personal mail after this live with an update. Love to see it. How about YouTube monetization? Have you already been paid by YouTube? I don't even have monetization on for this channel because it would be, what, $1,000 a month? Cool. I'd rather people didn't watch adverts. You know, my main channel can do a few grand a month, but for this one, I haven't even turned it on because I can't be bothered. I'm here. It sounds bad. I'm going to say it. I'm here to make real money. $1,000 from YouTube, I'm not interested. Keep your money, YouTube. Keep the AdSense. I'm not interested. I'm here for the real money. I like Discord back and forth, doesn't waste time, helps with asking the same questions. And also, when I'm in the Discord, I can easily spot trends of things that are doing well and things that potentially aren't. So, yeah, for me, I just like Discord. I think it works. I think it works well for the people in there. Last couple, Sean, a coach founders. Responsibility, guilt, stress, pressure. They rarely engage publicly on socials. No like, share, but DM, it kills reach. How do I fix this? But DM, it kills reach. How do I fix this? I don't understand what you're asking. They rarely engage publicly on socials, but DM. Well, they could still DM you from a post. You could still have a Manychat fucking, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, do this. But if you know exactly who it is, if you coach founders, that sounds like quite a niche. Maybe just message them on LinkedIn or pay someone to do outreach for you. Caleb, love your content creation course. Great info for $99. What camera are you using now for this stream? Oh, brother. We got Sony FX3. We've got a 30mm lens. I didn't know any of this stuff until about a year and a half ago, by the way. We've got an ND filter on, which isn't doing much because I'm filming in auto. Then I've got a Sennheiser MKH416 out of shot. And I've got my main light here, giving me a bit of Rembrandt. Got a hair light here. I've got a bit of a glow bulb here. This studio only cost £35,000 to build. So, you know, the camera wasn't that expensive in comparison, but you don't need all of this. Some of my streams that made me tens of thousands of dollars were on like a £500 camera. So like a Sony ZV-10. But yeah. All right. Harrison, usually post parkour content. Should I keep posting my coaching videos to that page? Well, if you're a coach, unless you're coaching parkour, no. Because you're just attracting the wrong people. I've said this again. If you wanted to grow your email list and you offered everyone that joined a free mug, would it be a good idea? Probably not, because everyone that joined probably just wanted a free mug. And if you're trying to sell something to someone, you don't want a list of people that just came for the nug. Faye, so if your clients, you wouldn't do check-in forms to make sure they're making progress and accountability. Just chat group would be enough. In some cases, what I would do is, with my clients, is I'd say, message me if you need anything and update me on your progress. I'd get them to come to me. Every however long. And like, they'll let you know if they're not making progress, because they'll be like, James, it's been 2 weeks, my weight hasn't moved. James, it's been 2 weeks, I've lost this, should I change my calories? So you should be in contact with them. I just don't think you need, for me, putting something in my fucking diary at 3 p.m. on Wednesday throws off my whole week. I'd much rather just chat to people, but that's my approach. Math website follow-up, pricing model, monthly, yearly membership versus selling individual lessons. I'd offer everything and see what's most popular. Thanks for this session, Jane. Jane, thanks for this session, James. Legendary energy always sparks ideas. Thank you. Jaden Lee, what contributes to an effective lead magnet? This is going to be the final question. This is a very good question, Jaden, fuck me. Basically, you're going to spot a problem, a reoccurring problem, and you're going to create a solution for it. So then you just have to reverse engineer the lead magnets. One of my favorites was that landing page asset that I did. People were really struggling with how they should set up a landing page. It was like, cool, I'm going to print out what looks like a really good landing page, and I'm going to get people to sign up for it. But okay, the best way to explain this, I would say, is every time a problem arises, try and create a lead magnet, but don't just put all your eggs in one lead magnet. Create 5 and see which one performs best. And then you go, oh, when I physically held something and held it in front of people, it performed better. So then the next 5 all have to be things that you could physically hold or show people or have a visual prop. And over time, they get better and better and better and better. I think volume is going to be everything when it comes to lead magnets. It's only when you've done 20 or 25 of them that you know what's worked best. Thanks for tuning in. There is a business mentorship offer in the description. I'm going to delete this video in 48 hours, so that's going to be gone. And there is also the $99 chatbot course. If you don't love it, drop me an email. I'll refund you in full. But the fact of the matter is, you know you need to get using it. That's what the resources are for. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys in a bit. If you can't be good, be careful. Bye-bye.